We can get started. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sri Shailaabhijanamburaşiram Sri Krishna Tatatmajam Sri Shailanve Devanatha Sudhiya Praptagamantaddvayam Padabje Narsimhatate Guru Nyastatma Raksha Bharam Vidvat Vrinda Chakora Chandiramaham Ramanujaryam Shraye Sriranga Sudha Madhu Samaswadayantam Sriranga Mahishi Padapankajatmajam Sulabhashrayam Sadamoda Siddhamadbhutam Bhajeham Gurum Tam Ranganatha Priyam Sukhasanastham Hridayabja Pithe Chinmudraya Lankata Pani Padmam Shubhopavitam Vimalordhapundram Namami Rangam Gurum Antarenge Namami Yoga Samrajñim Vijayam Vijayapradam Srirangardha Sanasinam Karunam Mamaataram Guru Rupa Paranjyotihi Jyoti Rupa Guru Paraha Ajnana Mandiram Hetate Kuru Vijnana Mandiram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhete Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Mande Paramananda Madhavam Yonta Pravishya Mama Vatamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakila Shakti Dhara Swadhamna Anyam Sahastacharana Shravanatvagadine Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Jayatyashrita Santrasa Dhvanta Vidhvam Sanodayaha Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramavyoma Bhaskaraha Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Chayachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyaha Dadamyetat Pratam Mama Manojavam Martatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukyam Shriramadutam Shirasa Namami Vedavedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Pracheta Sadasit Sakshad Ramayanatmana. Salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus. Will commence our session today. We were in the Dvavimsha Sarga. We concluded the 21st Sargam, which is Ravana Trinikaranam. And we have clearly seen how Sita Mata takes the role of somebody who is instructing Ravana, who is a Bhayankara, isn't it? One who creates Bhaya in our hearts is Bhayankara. But because of her Tapashakti, she is able to not only spur the offer of Ravana, but she is also able to offer him dharmic advice, right? Samadhana, Bheda Dandam. So she starts with Sama saying, this is not proper. You cannot think of me, right? You have so many wives, go after them. Why are you after me? Then she says, if you are desirous of living, then you better go and do Maitri with my husband. Send me away to him. That is meet and proper. Finally, she says a lot of things about the power of Rama and Lakshmana, saying this whole Lanka will be destroyed. So she creates that sense of fear in Ravana. This is a lesson embedded for all of us. We will encounter situations in our life where there will be not only temptations, but also, some kind of pressure on us to adopt strategies which are far away from Dharma. But we should not lose heart. And that gaining of heart, if you lose heart, you have to gain heart. The only way to gain heart is through tapas. And the tapas is something we should all develop, right? And of course, we need to defy Sita Mata. She is an Avatara Purushi. But at the same time, there is a lesson for human beings there, that let us develop or cultivate that habit of tapas. Then it is impossible for anybody outside to create fear in us, isn't it? So that is the takeaway there. Girim kuberasya gatotha valayam sabham gatova varunasya rajnyaha asamshayam dasharatherna mokshase mahadrumaha kalahato ashaneriva. That is the kind of fear she creates in Ravana's mind. You may go to Kubera's Giri, his own Parvatam. Some say it is Kailasam, right? Or you may go to any place, his own, Varuna. You can go to Lord Varuna and take refuge in him there. Asamshayam dasharatherna moksha. Wherever you go, in all the 3 worlds or 7 worlds, you will never be far off from Lord Ramachandra. He is not going to leave you. Just like Mahadrumaha Kalahataha Ashaneriva. Even a very big tree. Recently, a big tree was felled here in the UK, isn't it? There's a lot of sorrow that people are expressing. It's probably a tree which is 300 years old. Somebody has cut that tree away. It used to be a spot here, apparently. No big tree can withstand the test of time. Here she is talking about Ashani, that is the lightning. When lightning strikes a tree, the tree sometimes may not withstand, however tall, strong, and aged it may be. So with that, we'll get into the next chapter. Yes.
Yes, one more thought came to me when we discussed this last week. Sita Mata first she is creating a fear in his mind by telling Karadoshanava, Kalipanna, Parakramasali Rama, Ellam Panina. Ana at the same time, later part of the Sargatla Patella, she is telling a solution. It is not she is just stopping with creating a fear in him and leave him in lurch. Avulavu compassion order, even in spite of the fact that she was abducted by him, the amount of compassion she showed on him, look, you go and surrender to him, he is a Saranagata Vaksalan, is a very, very great way of treating even our enemies. Forget about our own bandhus. And the very compassion is really remarkable way of imbibing us. At least or 0.0001% compassion we will be a matured adult in our relationship with others.
Correct. You have internalized what we discussed in the last session. The aspect of Vatsalyam we discussed, and how this aspect of showing compassion, even as you are rightly pointing out, in the presence of an adversarial situation, she doesn't stop short of doing that, right? There is a Matra Vatsalyam that automatically comes to all ladies and mothers. They don't want to see somebody else getting killed. That is natural for them. Here, what to talk of Jagannatha. She brings that aspect of compassion, and you're absolutely right. That is a gunam that we should all try to imbibe. Nice reflection there. So the next sargam is called Dvavimshaha Sargaha Masadvaya Vadikaranam. So this chapter is about Ravana is going to reply or respond to whatever Sita has just spoken. Okay. Sitaya vachanam shutva parusham rakshasadipaha pratyivacha tatas sitam vipriyam priyadarshanam. Rakshasadipaha Ravanaha parusham vacham uvacha. Purusham, so Sanskrit, careful. I should be careful when speaking in Sanskrit. Right? If you leave one ukarartham, Purusham, it becomes Parusham. Parusham means that which is unpalatable. Okay, something which you cannot hear or which is very sharp in nature is called Parusham. So he started to speak such stinging words to Sita. Shutva tataha priyadarshanam vipriyam Sitam pratyavacha. So he also spoke unpleasant words. Satyam bruyat, priyam bruyat. He is going to talk apriya vachanam. In fact, it says vipriyam, that which is unpleasant and intolerable, right? So yatha yatha santvaita vasya strinam tatha tatha yatha yatha priyam vakta paribhutas tatha tatha. Ravana is trying to justify certain aspects here. Strinam yatha yatha santvaita tatha tatha vasyaha priyam vakta paribhutaha. He is humiliated here. Paribhavnaka, humiliation. He has suffered humiliation at the hands of Sita Mata, isn't it? She has gathered so much courage and spoken all kinds of words against him. So he is still thinking of himself as a lover. Okay? Whatever you speak here probably shows that you are actually having some love somewhere at the corner of your heart. That is why you are speaking, courteous words. Sometimes you are humiliating me. And I don't mind about all of this. Okay. So he gets spurned. When somebody humiliates him more, he says, I am going to love that person more. What a rowdy person he is. You can think of him as a proper Bollywood, Tollywood villain. Okay. So that is what he is saying here. Shameless person, basically. Sanniyachati me krodham tvai kamas samuthitaha dravato margamasadya hayani vasusarathihi. He is further describing his state at that point of time. Imagine Ravana has obtained victory over all kinds of devas and rakshasas, right? And he is a very powerful person. So he appears a little shaken at this point of time. Vai samuthitaha kamaha. So my passion for you has enhanced now. That's what he is saying. And he is giving an analogy, just like susarathihi amargam asadya dravataha hayaniva. Haya means horse. Hayagriva, we say, right? Hayagriva is one who has the neck and face of a horse, is called Hayagriva. Just like the Hayas, when they lose control, and normally you have many horses which are driving a chariot. In a similar manner, but what does a charioteer do? He tries to control those horses. And I am now controlling my anger. Okay, krodham sanniyachati. I am controlling my anger. I do have a lot of anger for you right now because you have humiliated me. But in spite of that, I am able to control my anger just like a charioteer controls horses. And I am able to have even more kamaha, love for you. That's what he's saying here. Vamakamo manushyanam yasmin kila nibadhyate jane tasmin tvanukroshaha snehascha kila jayate. He's further substantiating his state there. Manushyanam kamaha vamaha yasmin jane nibadhyate tasmin anukroshaha snehascha jayate kila. So he says love is partial. Okay. So it gets bound to those in whomsoever there is compassion and friendship that is generated. At this point of time, I feel that you are somebody who is who needs some kind of compassion from my end, because I am all powerful. I can kill you anytime, but still I want to kindle that aspect of compassion in me, even though you are punishable, okay, for whatever you have spoken to me. So I'm controlling all my anger and I'm trying to be very friendly with you. स्नेहश्च किल जायते एतस्मात् कारणान्न त्वां घातयामि वरानने वधार्हाम् अवमानार्हाम् मिथ्या प्रव्रजते रताम्. So he's saying, he is now substantiating, he is giving vocally the reasons why he is not killing, Ravana is not killing Sita Mata. Okay, he considers that she has crossed all limits and humiliated him, and she has to be killed. But Varanane, etasmat karanat, because of all these reasons, that, I have a soft corner for you, and my karma for you has enhanced multifold. Vadharham, you deserve to be killed. Avamanarham, you deserve to be put into shame. Okay, but na ghatayami, I am not going to kill you. So he is letting one statement here. Mithya pravrajite ratam. You seem to be leading an ascetic life. Okay, I know that is something which is false. You are leading a pseudo ascetic life. Again, he is trying to tempt her. Okay, while saying that he doesn't want to kill her. Parushani havakyani yani bravishimam teshu vadho yuktaha tava maithili darunaha. Now he is trying to create fear in Sita Mata. Okay, Maithili, iha mam yani parushani vakyani bravishi. Whatever piercing words that you have spoken so far, teshu tava darunaha vadha yuktaha. You are essentially somebody who is deserving a kind of dreadful death at my hands. That is the nature of the words you have spoken to me. Eva muktva tu vaidehim ravano rakshasadhipaha krodha samrambha samyuktaha Sita muttaram abravit. In this manner, Rakshasadipa Ravana Vaidehim evam uktva, right? Krodha samrambha samyuktaha. He is stirred up with anger as well as excitement. Okay, and he spoke in this manner to Sita Mata. Evam abravite. What did he say? Dvaumaso rakshitavyau me yo vadiste maya kritaha tata shayanamaroha mamatvam varavarnini. I'm going to give you 2 months time. Okay, that is the period I'm going to give you, before which you better decide. Okay, maya avadhihi kritaha, I fix the deadline. Rakshitavyo varavarni tataha mama shayanam aroha. After that, there is no other option for you. You have to ascend my couches. This is the shameless words that Ravana is speaking. Okay. Dvabhyam urdhvantu masabhyam bhartaram mamanichati mamatvam pratarashartham alabhante mahanase. So he's saying that in case you are not going to accept me after 2 months' time, then what will happen to you? Dvabhyam masabhyam bhartaram mamanichantim. You don't want to have me as your husband. Mamatvam pratarashartham. You will be made my breakfast Avdingram. That is, I will instruct all my Rakshasis to make you as my breakfast in Mahanasamna kitchen. Okay. So in my kitchen, you will be made as my breakfast item exactly after 2 months. Tam tajyamanam samprekshya rakshasendrena janakim devagandharva kanyasta vishedurvipulekshanaha. So in this manner, you can imagine we are speaking in soft words here, but Ravana will be speaking in a garjanam. Okay, when he speaks, there will be a lot of vibrations there, which will create physical kampanam, and your hearts will start to shudder. That is exactly what happened to the ladies who were around there. There is a qualification. Who are those ladies? Rakshasendrena tarjamanam. Tarjanam naka titradit. Somebody who is being threatened by Ravana. Tam janakim samprekshya taha devagandhara kanyaha. There are many ladies, women of Ravana, who he has taken away from Devas and Gandharvas and made them captive, right? So such of those ladies, they had vikritekshanaha, their eyes were distressed, okay, and they started to weep, visheduhu. They felt very, very terrible. Is this how somebody speaks? Okay. ओष्ठप्राकारैरपराः वक्त्रैर्नेत्रैस्तथा पराः सीतामाश्वासयामासुः तर्जितां तेन रक्षसा. These are the kind of sattvic people as part of a tamasic crowd, okay, who have a good heart and they are trying to support Sita emotionally. Tena rakshasa tarjitam tam Sitam aparaha oshta prakareihi tata aparaha vaktra netreihi. Some of the ladies there, they are expressing their anguish. How are they expressing? Some are expressing through eyes which have become vaktra netreihi, movement of the eyes. இப்படி பார்த்துட்டு they were ஐயோ இப்படி யாருதேன்னு ஒரு சங்கடத்துல பார்க்கறேன். They are looking at Sita in lot of anguish. They are looking at Ravana and Sita. That is the feeling some of them are showing, while some others are with their lips apparently. Okay, so perhaps they kept their hands, palms on their lips, or the lip movement indicated that this is something which is unbearable, that we need to now take care of Sita. And they Sitam ashwasayamasu. Right? So they tried to console Sita, ashwasanamana, don't worry, this will also pass. That is what they wanted to tell her. Tabhirashwasita Sita Ravanam Rakshasadhipam Uvachatmahitam Vakyam Vritta Shaundirya Garvitam. So Sita Mata is comforted at this point of time by various ladies there. So some people would come and touch her and tell her, don't worry, let us be calm. Okay, don't worry, don't get afraid of this. Tabhi ashwasita. What did Sita do? Vritta Shaundirya Garvitam. Right? She is somebody who is proud of her own good deeds or virtues, isn't it? So that is the garvam, sattvic garvam or ahankaram that Sita Mata had. Okay, she is still not leaving her stance. This is another lesson for us. Atmahitam vakyam rakshasadipam ravanam vacha. She further started to repeat again certain things in her self-defense. Okay, Atmahitam. So what did she say? Let's see what she told Ravana. Nunam nate janaha kaschit asti nishtreyase sthitaha nivarayati yo natvam karmanosmad vigarhitate. So she is making another conjecture here. Okay, she has not seen the whole of Sri Lanka, but she makes a proper conjecture. Yaha tvam vigarhitat asmat karmanaha nivarayati te nishreyase rataha janaha kaschit nasti nunam. It appears that there is nobody in this Lanka who is able to guide you properly and reproach you away from the bad deeds that you are doing now. Okay, that is the statement that she is making. Okay, how nice it is. She is aware. This is how ஒரு பானை சாத்துக்கு ஒரு சோறு பதம். என்ன சொல்லுங்க, ஒரு பானை சோத்துக்கு ஒரு அரிசி பதமா? கரெக்டா சொல்லுங்க யாரா ஒருத்தர். You can gauge a full pot of rice just by one grain of rice. So she is able to figure out that the fact that there is nobody who is trying to stop Ravana. Of course there are people who are trying to console Sita there, but nobody is ready to stop Ravana, saying, "Arey Ravana, murkha, don't do like this," right? So with that, she is making a sweeping statement that there is nobody here who is desirous of your shreyas. Okay, that is what I can make as an assessment here. Mam hi dharmatmanah patnim shachimiva shachipatehe todanyastrishu lokeshu prarthayen manasapikaha. Mam hi dharmatmanah patni. I am the wife of a dharmatma who is Ramachandra. Just like shachipatehe shachimiva. Just like Indra's wife. Shachi, right? She is somebody who is wedded to Indra, and she is a great Pativrata, right? And she doesn't have anybody else other than Indra, although Indra's eyes may wander around with Rambha, Urvasi, Menaka, etc. But Shachi is somebody who is constantly wedded in thought, word, and deed with Indra. So in a similar manner, I am a Dharmatma's Patni, and it appears there is nobody, Todanyaha Trishlokeshu Prathayen Manasapikaha, who in these three worlds has the audacity to ask my hands and my heart, especially when I am already wedded, right? So again, this Trishulokeshu is a coded language here. She is saying she is the Lokeshwari, right? In all the three worlds, there is nobody else other than my husband who can really seek me as his wife. Okay. So she is again reminding us of her avatara tattvam here. Rakshasadhama Ramasya bharyam amita tejasah uktavanasi yat papam kva gatastasya mokshase. O Rakshasadhama, you are the lowest among all the Rakshasas. Okay. Amita Tejasaha, Ramasya Bharyam, Amita Tejasa, Mitame illada Tejas. There is no limit to the Tejas of my husband, Lord Ramachandra, and I am his wife Bharyam. Yet Papam Muktavanasi, you have actually created more Papa Karma for you. Okay. Asi, Tasya Kwa Gataha Mokshase, you are not going to escape from this. There is no escape for you from the bad words that you have mouthed just now. In other words, we should keep in mind that Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, isn't it? So here, even the bad words that are spoken, he has, of course, committed a grave sin by physically bringing her through Pushpaka Vimanam. After arresting her in Ashokvanam, okay, he does not do any physical torture. Okay, it is more or less by words and by manas, right? Predominantly by words and his deeds through others. He is not in person involved in those physical tortures. He makes other Rakshasis to threaten her. In spite of that, the fact that we should be very careful with what we speak, that can create punya or papa. That is the reason why Trishtiputam Nyaset Padam, Vastraputam Jalam Pibete, Shastraputam Vadedvakyam, Manapputam Samacharete. This is a great Subhashitam, which says that Drishtiputam Nyaset Padam. Whenever we walk, how should we walk? There is a song, isn't it? Kanpo Napokile, Kal Pogalama, isn't it? So Drishtiputam Nyaset Padam. We should walk in a direction that is purified by our eyes, which means we should be very careful to step our foot in the direction that is correct for Drishtiputam Nyaset Padam, Vastraputam Jalam Pibete. We should filter water with a proper cloth and then only drink that water. So if you look at some of the sannyasis in India, they hold this Tridandam or Ekadandam, right? That many people think, they hold this staff in their hands. So then that's probably to rule others, isn't it? Or shoo away animals, etc. That's what we may think. But the aspect of keeping that stick, what is its relevance today? You may think when we have bodyguards and all, what is the need for that stick, right? That stick apparently is something which is to remind the sannyasi of what he is supposed to be doing. So there is a slight difference between, sorry for this digression, there is a slight difference in the staff that is held by some of the sannyasis. Some keep only one stick in their hand. Others keep 3 sticks. I don't know if you have noticed it. And they tie it together. Next time you visit closely, but from a distance, observe them. Okay, sometimes they may hit you with that stick. Ensure that you are at a safe distance. So they have a set of ropes which tie if it is 3 sticks. Okay, and towards the end, I don't know if you have noticed. Okay, there will be a small white cloth. And so this is the nature of the stick that they hold. And this the stick that they hold in Vaishnava Sampradayam is 3 sticks, which says Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, Trikarana Shuddhi. I have to keep myself in a pure state of mind, right? That is the constant reminder for them. That's the reason why they are not even allowed to keep that staff even for 1 second outside, right? We may think, what is the need for a sannyasi to keep this, right? They have taken a sankalpam that they will eternally be united with the Lord in that ashrama that they have taken. Brahmacharyam, Grihastham, Vanaprastham and Sannyasam. So when they have taken that vow, there will be a lot of distractions. Today's sannyasis are like great kings, isn't it? There are so many. Earlier, Bhata, Pani, Chalta, Sadhu, they would be wandering about in various forests, away from the looks of people. But today they have become so busy that there are many chances that their mind may slip away, right? So I'm telling with an open mind, don't go and say that this guy sitting in London is giving some talk, okay? This is just for us to understand that this aspect of the flag is to Trikarana Shuddhi. And the white cloth that they have is Vastraputam Jalam Pibet. They are supposed to filter water using that white cloth. Okay, every day they are supposed to wash it. They will do it. The good ones will do it. Wash it, dry it, and then only use it. Okay. Whereas, of course, sannyasis in Smarta Sampradayam have only one dandam. Okay, which is that Advaitam. There is no difference between me and the Paramatma, my Atman, and the Paramatma Tattvam, and I am going to not get deterred from that path, right? So that's why they hold one dandam there. But this is Vastraputam Jalam Pibet. I was reminded of seeing that white cloth. You know, is it still used? Yes, it better be used. And apparently, if you filter it with a white cloth, in those days, you can get rid of many impurities. Then Shastra Putam Vaded Vakyam. Whatever words we speak, it should be purified by Shastras. What does that mean? So you open Shastra, it's a book of 500 pages, use ChatGPT and use only words which are approved by Shastram, right? Shastram again means Shasanat Trananat Cheva Shastramitya Vidiyate. That which protects us because we follow or adopt is known as Shastram. Okay. What will it protect us from? Protect us from Punyam or Papa. The words we speak can result in Punya or Papa. So that's why it's very important that we pay a lot of attention, right? Think before you speak, but don't think too much that you don't speak. That's a different story. But we should think carefully and speak. Shastra Putam Vaded Vakyam Manah Putam Samachare. What we need to adopt in life, what path we adopt in life should be filtered by our manas. If our manas says, go ahead and do it, you should do it, provided you are not a Ravana. Okay. So the Shuddha Sattvam, the manas which is purified by Sattvam, right? Sometimes even Ravana, people like Ravana may have a soft corner during some events in their life. Okay. Right? That happens because of the Atman's influence on the manas. Such a purified manas, manah putam samatari. You follow activities which are purified by manas. So in those days, they did not need any constitution or courts of law and justice and all that. Because manas itself is an antaratma, it's a sakshi. People would not do bad deeds if they are instructed by their minds. Even if they do bad deeds, the manas will tell, go and, do some kind of rapprochement. You go and apologize to somebody, do prayashchittam and things like that. So she's saying, Rakshasadama, you have done a lot of papam, uktamanasi, right? This is what I was reminded of. Yata driptascha matangaha shashascha sahito vane tatha dviradavadramastvam nicha shashavat smritaha yudhi sadrishaha driptaha matangaha shashascha yatha tatha. Just like in a battle between a a rabbit and an elephant. Okay, Nichaha, you are a mean person. Ramaha, Matangavat. Okay, he will become your elephant. You are a rabbit in front of him. He will come and vanquish you just like an elephant can very simply shoo away a rabbit, isn't it? With just a blow from its trunk, the rabbit will disappear. So that is how your state will happen very soon. Satvamikshvakunatham vai kshipanniha nalajjase chakshushor vishayam tasya natavadupagachasi. Saha tvam iha ikshvakunatham kshipanne na lajjase tasya chakshishor vishayam tavat upagachasi. So you are actually belittling Ramachandra by speaking all these words. That is simply because he is right now out of sight for you and you are not in his sight. The moment either of these two things happen, right, you will run away like a rabbit. That's what she's saying. Imete nayane krure virupe krishna pingale kshitau na patite kasmate ma manarya nirikshitaha. She is now full of anger. Anarya, oh ignoble person, you are a wretched person. Mam nirikshitaha, you have seen me in the worst possible manner, right? Te krure virupe krishna pingale, your eyes which are black, dark brown in color, krishna pingalam, right? Ime nayane kshitau kasmat na patite. Why are they not popping out onto the ground? Right? I feel like gouging your eyes right now. That is the feeling Sita Mata had, and she is extremely upset with his behavior. Tasya dharmatmanah patni snusham dasarathasya cha katham vyaharato mam te najikva vyavashiryate. She spoke about his eyes, which have looked at Sita in the worst possible manner. Now she is talking about his tongue, jihva. Right? You have spoken all kinds of parusha vachanam, right? And tasyaha dharma patni. I am his dharmatmanaha patni. I am also Dasarathasya snusha. I am the daughter-in-law of Dasharatha, right? And in this manner you have spoken, which is really terrible. Te jihva katham na vyavashiryate. Why is your jihva, tongue, not snapping and falling on the ground? Right? She is openly telling this to Ravana. Asandeshattu Ramasya tapasaschanupalanaate natvam kurmi dashagriva bhasma bhasmarha tejasa. This is a very important slokam. You are bhasmarha, she is saying, right? Just like Ravana said that you are a vadharha person, you need to be killed. So she is going one level after killing. What do you do after killing? You do cremation and then bhasma happens. So she is saying you are a bhasmarha. You need to become ashes right away. Okay, Dashagriva. Ramasya asandeshat tapasaha anupalanat tejasa tvam bhasma na kurmi. I myself can convert you into ashes this very moment. Right? I go back to what we told a few sessions ago. This is a proof for that statement. Okay, what did we say? That why Ravana could not approach Sita physically is because of her tapas shakti, right? It is not because, we tell Ravana that, in spite of having her there, he was a gentleman, right? He gave her a lot of time and all that. If you remember, at that point, we mentioned that Sita had that tapas shakti. This is the correlation. I'm very happy to see that correlation here. She herself is saying, I can make you into ashes right away, but for the fact that I do not have permission, asandeshat, right, from my Lord to do this to you. Okay. So this means a lot of things. The first thing is that she herself is all powerful, right? she can actually convert him into ashes at that point of time. Second, she is ever connected to Lord Ramachandra. How on earth is she saying, I do not have his permission, right? This is something which for ordinary mortals, this is quite a difficult task. But for those who have tapas shakti, right, with proper tapas, it is possible to communicate. The so-called telepathy is what we say, isn't it? That can happen if you are really a tapasvi, and both sides will reciprocate. So she seems to be saying that I do not have permission from my husband. That's the only reason why you are safe now. Na apahartumaham shakya tasya ramasya dhimatah vidhistava vadharthaya vihito natra samshayah. So she is also beautifully explaining why she is not converting him into ashes. Dhimatah ramasya aham tvaya apahartum na shakya. Right? When I was physically close to Ramachandra, you could never have abducted me. Right? If you remember the Maricha's event, it happened only because Rama was away from Sita. Right? So you are a coward. You could never have abducted me if only Ramachandra was right next to me. Right? And therefore, perhaps there is a vidhi here. There is a destiny that you are going to be killed by my husband only, not by me. That is something, there is no samshaya or no doubt about it. So that's the reason why I am not going to kill you. Your vidhi is itself going to kill you. There is a destiny for you. In the vidhi ingara vakyam, normally we say vidhi na destiny. Yeah? And destiny is something destined by whom? Abdina? By our karma. Right? You don't have to refer to any books. Whatever karma we do is what will result in our goals and destinations in life, therefore destiny. Right? In Sanskrit, vidhi also means the word dhi can also be looked at as a hitam. Vidhina vihitam. What is good for you will happen. That is what is called as vidhi. Right? Many times we say vidhi means something which is only negative in connotation. But vidhi ipdidan irukuna, but that's the reason, that's possibly because we hear the word vidhi always associated with bad thing. Ayyo, vidhi இப்படி ஆக வேண்டியிருக்கு. But vidhi also means something which is positive, meaning what is going to be a hitam for you will happen. And that is going to be your vadham by my husband, Lord Ramachandra. Okay. Unless there is any comments or questions.
சாரி, இந்த 9th ஸ்லோகத்துல என்னோட புக்ல வேற 2 வார்த்தை போட்டிருந்தது செகண்ட் லைன்ல.
பிராதராஷார்த்தம் அலபந்தே மகானசே.
இதுல என்னோடதுல வந்து சூத ஆஷஸ்சேஸ்த்யந்தி கண்டஹஷஹ அப்படின்னு போட்டிருக்கு.
அப்படி அதை மாத்தின்றுங்க. This is the correct.
ஓகே.
மமத்வாம் பிராதராஷார்த்தம் ஆலபந்தே மகானசே. Okay, that is
நான் அனுப்புறேன் உனக்கு.
Yeah, there is another thing also. Sudasche syanti khandashaha puna.
அதுதான் போட்டிருக்கு.
That's an alternate thing in the புஸ்தகத்தில் இருக்கு. But this one probably is, the reason is that one is a gory depiction. It says உன்னை கண்டன் துண்டமா வெட்டி என் முன்ன கொண்டுருவா அப்படின்னு போட்டிருக்கு.
Okay.
Of course, that was his nature. Maybe this is a milder version of that. You will be my breakfast is easier to digest for us than saying somebody is going to cut you into pieces and bring, right? That's a very gory depiction. Probably that's why this version is adopted.
Thank you.
Okay.
Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta Guru Charanambuja निर्भरभक्तः संसारात् चिराद्भव मुक्तः गुरुचरणाम्बुज कृष्णा कृष्णा सेन्द्रियमानस नियमादेवं रक्षसि निज हृदयस्थं देवं भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते
कायेन वाचा मनसा इन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्या आत्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै श्रीमन्नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. सर्वं श्रीरामचन्द्रार्पणमस्तु. Have a great day and a week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavan ji.
Namaskaram,
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Raghavan ji.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Thank you. Namaste.